What up? What up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? Yes, and I'm here inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and you see my guy in the HD, clear as I don't know what. My guy, Rue. What up, Rue?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, we didn't come up with this, did we? I don't think we came up with the White Sox hat. We just that's just how you let you know that we just in sync right now. That's just how it is right now.
Most
What's going on, bro? How you been?
always be like that though.
I know, right?
Dog, I've been good, bro. Oh man, I had a great start of July, bro. July has been awesome to me so far.
Why
Good
you
about
say that?
where started with the fourth. Man, I went on a boating trip, man. Did some stuff I ain't never done, man. Jumping off of I don't know if y'all seen me on my Instagram, man. I was jumping off like 12-foot cliffs and stuff, man.
All right.
It got some got good energy though, man. And my sister had a home. I keep saying homecoming. Her housewarming party was good vibes, and my dad celebrated his 60th birthday Sunday, man. So last weekend, bro. Y'all called my phone, I didn't answer. Yeah, it was one of them type weekends.
Happy birthday, pops. We know how you get. What up, Brandon? Appreciate you on the show. Whoever else is watching, man, appreciate y'all. Come in the chat room, man.
Hey, man, talking about you know how I get. How I get?
We gonna keep that
Hey,
Super Bowl.
man, I'm in my 20s, man. When I get in my 30s, I'll chill out.
Hey, I can't say anything because at the Super Bowl last year,
Oh man.
boy,
Hey, we all get a
the
pass.
taste of the NFL, I was on one.
We all get a hall pass, right?
Yeah. That was the end of the the weekend anyway, man. That's what it's for. You anyway, drinking and all that. But anyway, we got a great show lineup for you all, man. First off, we are talking about Victor Wembanyama. He had a very unique summer league. It started off I'm lying. He had a very common summer league. He only played 2 games, but this is common. One game don't do so well. Second game, he did better. He bought out. It's common, but a lot of criticism. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about his game, what we saw, what we thought. Then also, man, as we promised last week, last week we did a top 10 quarterbacks heading into 2023. We're just gonna do top 10 wide receivers in the NFL right now. Right now we're looking at top 10 wide receivers in the NFL. So that's gonna be interesting, man. Ooh, can't wait for that. Also, we are talking, man. So looking at Wembanyama, and we watch how it was like, wow. Some of us never seen anything like that. We've seen Ralph Sampson, but not anyone like with the handles Victor has and the way he can shoot like that from deep. Well, it kind of reminded me of I thought of the little children who had their hands like this and they couldn't believe it, and they seeing this guy for the first time, and it reminded me of the first time we had like that favorite athlete or saw that one person that we was like, oh snap, or whatever in any sport. So we're going to talk about our first. We're not talking about sex or anything like that, nothing sexual, but just when it comes to sports, our first time where we saw somebody that lit up our eyes, or the first team we hated, and so on. So we're gonna have fun with that. Then we got to talk about CP3, man. We didn't get a chance to talk about CP3, man. I was on a cruise. We didn't even get a chance to do that. So we got to talk about CP3, him going to Golden State. What does that mean? What we think is going to happen? Because there's a lot of not, I shouldn't say rumors, but just a lot of people depicting that situation, and a lot of ideas that's floating around that could happen or should happen, or so we're going to dissect that as well. And then we got to talk baseball, man. It's the halfway point of MLB. This is rule sport. It's sport period. I watch baseball, but this is rule sport right here. So we're going to have fun today, man. Then we got quick hits. Stop it. What's on my mind? So please let your family and friends listen to the show live here on the 3 Point Conversion Facebook page or the 3 Point Conversion YouTube channel. Also, man, we are on, we're going to be on iHeartRadio as a podcast after this on a 3 point conversion station on iHeartRadio, and we're on Spreaker as well. So, hey man, it's time for these quick hits. Let's get it. So first off, Root, your boy Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants have until 4 o'clock p.m. on Monday, this Monday coming up, to reach a long-term deal. And if they don't reach this deal, they won't be able to talk or negotiate until 2023. I mean, after the 2023 season, which means that he'll be stuck with his $10 million tender, which Saquon alluded to one of his camps. He said that, hey, he would contemplate not signing the franchise tender on July 17th, which would cause him to miss the first week of the season, or could. Bruh. First of all, why they doing my boy like that? But I want to know from you, do you think it's going to happen? Because Giants right now, they chilling. They I don't know what's going on. They're like, look, we good.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, and it's all because of the new coach. It's all because of the new coach. It's only that's Saquon's worst enemy right now.
Right.
If I can say it like that. But I think Saquon is going to end up signing that franchise tag. And I know it's soon, but I think one more year showing, that you could do what you do, and let's talk. Because playing for $10 million is undesirable. That's what his words were. That playing for the franchise tag is undesirable, but playing for $10 million is undesirable. So, yeah, I think what's today? What's the date? The 12th? Yeah, you got 5 days, Saquon. I think he's going to end up signing it.
I think he's going to sign it because I'm going to say 2 words.
You said you think he is going to sign it?
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell.
That's who I thought of too.
And you saw how that played out. And when they let him just sit, and he was the cream of the crop at that point, and they were like, "No, we good." And how that played out, I think any running back in their right mind have to think about that. Now, stand up for what you believe. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully they get this deal done. But at the same time, man, he has to do that.
I had to cut you off, but didn't Le'Veon get paid though for holding out?
No, he sat out the whole season, and we ain't seen that Joker came with the Jets.
That was after the Jets or before?
Yeah, he came back to play with the Jets, and then his career just it didn't.
But he did get the deal from the Jets though,
but not what he wanted. I think he basically got what they were offering him.
Okay, now I do remember him sitting down and
you don't want to do that.
Working out in his favor.
And now they're joking out in the league no more. I think he went to Kansas City.
That man beefing with rappers right now. I just saw
you don't want right, so yeah.
Said somebody gave money back, gave him a bad verse or something.
Right.
He wanted his money back. So he couldn't put more effort into it. I'm serious. I'm just
Hey, moving on. Listen to this, man. John Morant, I'm gonna still use this, but John Morant's lawyer says Morant was acting in defense under the stand your ground law in Tennessee when he punched the teenager Joshua Holloway after Holloway threw the ball and hit Morant in the chin. No criminal charges have been charged to Morant as of yet. So we're going to see how that plays out. The reason why that's funny to me because, I see how lawyers work, right? And just quickly, the way they can use that, because there's no way, bruh. There's no way that it's a teenager, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is not what's the movie with Tyrese?
Baby Boy.
Not Baby Boy. Remember they was beating up the kids and all of that and punching them. You can't do that. Teenager, dog. You in the NBA, man.
A great example, brother.
Now, if John Morant was 22 and dude 19, that might be kind of different. But still, dog, you 6'2", 6'2". Come on, man. Like, chill. But They probably gonna get away with that just because they can use that stand your ground law. What you think about it?
Yeah, man. I don't. I don't think his charges gonna be pressed against Ja anyway. Cause wasn't he on his property?
Yeah.
There,
They were
there you
playing
go.
ball. I mean, that don't mean they were playing ball. It wasn't like dude came up and just threw the ball at him and hit him. No, they were playing basketball. I think uh little Joshua got upset and probably was a foul that wasn't called. And he threw the ball at him and hit Ja. It could have been Ja wasn't paying attention. He threw the ball like check and threw it real hard and Ja got bad. I don't know. Let me stop. I don't know. I mean,
Nah,
the thing is, luckily we ain't see no gun and we ain't hearing no gun. So
right. So yeah.
right, but it's crazy, man. But we'll see how that plays out. Moving on, man. Speaking of punching, so your boy Alvin Kamara or Kamara, however you want to pronounce it, agreed to plead no contest to a misdemeanor charge of breach of peace for his involvement of a fight in Las Vegas in 2022. Remember him and three other dudes? I think they like beat up some dude. He will have to pay $105,000 for the alleged victims' medical bills and 30 hours of community service. So basically, this Joker got a whooping with a switch, and that's it. So, but the question is, do you think he's getting suspended, or how many games will he get suspended? He's getting
That's a good
suspended.
question, man.
He's
Because
getting suspended.
when I heard this, I was like, he's out, like he's good. He's in the clear. Um,
What up, TJ?
he might be in the clear. He might be in the clear. It wasn't misdemeanor.
Right. He's getting game. NFL doesn't care if
And that's why I said that was the pushback a little. Like the NFL, like, I say maybe 2. I don't think it's 4.
TJ says he's getting 4 games. I
I
think
don't think
he's getting
it's 4.
4. I think he'll get 4.
It was a misdemeanor though, man.
Uh, yeah, but still, I mean, was it video of him beating dude up?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I can't remember, but I think he's getting 4. NFL doesn't play that, man. They definitely don't want to play that. And then he got, Kamara got locks. So, I think it's an unwritten rule in the NFL. If you got locks, you're getting at least 4 games. So you know how the NFL does it. So we'll see what happens.
Fit the bill.
Right. Moving on, man. Shout out to Mr. Christopher Eubanks, man, an Atlanta native who went to Westlake High and Georgia Tech, who lost in the quarterfinals to Daniil Medvedev today. And it was they went to five whatchamacallit, I can't think. I was about to say 5 rounds. They went into 5 sets and it was like a nail biter. It was real good. Chris was the first Black African man to reach Wimbledon quarterfinals in 27 years. Like, dang. I thought your boy reached it last year, but I guess that wasn't the quarterfinals. Huh?
Come on, Francis.
Yeah. Is he American?
No, he's not American though.
Oh, okay.
Is he?
I don't know. I thought he was.
No, he is American. Francis is definitely American.
I thought he was. But I guess
quarterfinals.
he reached the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Like I just got on the I guess I just got hit to this guy. That's an accomplishment. I saw that he was like ranked in the hundreds, high hundreds.
Yeah.
He's ranked like 30, 34.
And who he talked to today? He was Daniil is
Medvedev.
Third. Yeah, Medvedev. He's ranked 3rd.
Yeah, Medvedev is one of them
But he
ones.
took him to the brink, though. He took him to the brink. So, like, hopefully, man, we can see this guy.
And you said it's a Yellow Jacket, so we support the Yellow Jackets. We cover the Yellow Jackets, so
Yeah. Then like I said, he went to Westlake. He went to school with my daughter. So, shout out to Eubanks, man, and hopefully he continue. Matter of fact, he'll be at the Atlanta Open next in 2 weeks from now. I'll be covering that. Well, you need to holler at me if you want to cover that. Moving on, last but not least, thank you, Jesus. NFL and NFL Films selected New York Jets to be on Hard Knocks. The reason why I said thank you, Jesus, is because I didn't want the Bears to go on Hard Knocks. I don't want nobody in our business, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. We don't need that right now. Justin's trying to get better. The team trying to get better and set up a nucleus. I don't want that. I don't want that. But what you think of the Jets going? Are you excited about the Jets being on Hard Knocks training camp?
But yeah, I think it's the only choice this season to be on Hard Knocks is the Jets. It's great TV right here. Sauce and Aaron Rodgers. For the moment I saw them two together, like Chi-Ching, like even after football, them two can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think just off the relationship they appear to have, uh, and Aaron Rodgers. We never have we seen him do Hard Knocks.
No, not
So that's what I'm saying. I don't remember. So them the Packers doing it. So yeah, I think it's the only choice.
you think we get to see how much of a jerk he is? No, I'm just kidding. I gotta let that go, man. He's not with the Packers anymore, but still Aaron Rodgers. But you're right. We get to see how he is. People talk about how he is on the field, which I don't mind. You quarterback, you want to be a jerk on the field. I mean, that's your attitude. That's how he is. It works because he's successful until postseason, of course. But either or. But yeah, still he's successful in the regular season. So I mean, if he's a jerk on the field, whatever. But people say he's real cool off the field. So we'll see how that plays out and everything. But like you said, with Sauce there, then you got Bryce. Bryce is there. Like you got a lot of up and the team right now.
Yep.
You
Garrett Wilson, the receiver. So you got
yeah.
It's interesting to see for sure.
Yeah. So no, we don't want the Bears to make the show, Vance. No, we don't. We want
to say the Bills.
No, he said the Bears. He's from Chicago. No,
okay.
We don't want the Bears to be on. If you're a Bears fan, no, we want to chill. You know what I'm saying? Let us. No, we don't want to be that. We just let us do our thing right now. Right now, we don't need a spotlight, extra pressure, and all of that. No, we good right now. So, anyway, man, that wraps up Quick Hits. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
What's up, family? I'm Real Mike Rob. Make sure you tuning in to the 3-Point Conversion Radio. They got all of it, and they keep it funky. Let's get it.
All right, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. I thought it was we. Oh, there you go, my guy, Rue. Rue. So we got to see the debut of Victor Wembanyama, and a lot of people was watching this. A lot of people was on pretty much waiting to see him. A lot of people waiting to see him fail. A lot of people waiting to see him exceed or succeed. And then everybody was just watching to see what the hype was all about. I want to ask you, starting off, first game, your thoughts when you saw him first game.
So I actually didn't see the game. I guess I just heard all the hype. I'm gonna be real. I didn't watch the game at all. But after seeing the results, I'm like, 8 points, 8 rebounds in a summer league game. Like, what's going on? Went back and looked at the highlights. It was like, man, he's even with those 8 points and those 8 rebounds, he's still the best player on the floor because of what he can do when he's not making shots, especially on defense. He was on everything. On everything. So he can contest. He's gonna get his blocks. He's gonna average 2-3 blocks a game probably. And I was like, I wasn't writing them off like a lot of these guys. I heard like I told you so, and these pundits on the television. But I went and I need to see more. And it's only summer league, and it's not Pop's offense. So I wasn't drilling him after the first game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I watched the first game, then I went back I was on Facebook. I said I went back to watch the replay, and of course I was watching. My grandma was watching the replay with me, and she was like, baby, who do he have to sleep with to be the overall first pick in the NBA draft and get all that hype? And I had to tell her, Grandma, chill. Like he's just coming into the States. He learned it. Yeah, but Grandma don't play. But he even said himself, he was like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That's what he said after the first game. But I tell you this, Rue, watching the game, you saw his movement. You saw him, like you said, defensively. I mean, he got dunked on, or the dude threw the basket and he didn't dunk, but he threw it in on him. And you can't stumble after you get dunked on. You know what I'm saying? He stumbled and went out of bounds. So that was his welcome to the NBA moment. But still, you saw him move the ball. He can pass. Like I said, moving out the ball. And it wasn't like he was trying to take every shot every time he touched the ball. As a matter of fact, it seemed like late in the game, the coach was like, all right, bro, have at it. Do what you do or try to score. But other than that, I mean, to me, he looked like he fits San Antonio.
And also after that first game, like him not scoring didn't surprise me. You know, Summer League isn't is guard driven anyway. So very heavily guard driven. So I knew now we probably transition. Let's talk about that second game. They gave him the ball a little more.
Right. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. Kind of shut up some other people because you heard, first of all, well, we'll talk about this. You saw him like that dunk he did when he grabbed the ball, when he dunked on the way coming down. Like, come on, man, who does that? That's how tall he is. He was coming down and he dunked it.
And he got some
rebound.
He got his legs up in the air.
Yeah. But you saw that versatility he had. Versatility. You saw if he wanted to be and he worked on his game, how dominant he could be. You know, but again, he didn't force anything. He played within the system. I just think he fits San Antonio perfectly, man. I think that if he continues to learn the game, it's going to take a while. Like, I don't think he's going to average over 21 points this season. I think it'll be like 16, 12, and 3 blocks, which still get you the rookie of the year. You know, but I thought he played well.
Yeah, and you said I don't know. He might get about 18. I'd say about 18, 19, maybe, because he's not gonna have the best rookie season in Spurs history. You know, I think David Robinson had 24 his first year. Tim Duncan had 21. So I think a lot of people should tone it down when it comes to what Wemby's going to do. You know, especially his first year, because he's not even going to reach Spurs expectations, in my opinions, when it comes to rookies. You know, so but yeah, 16, I think it'd be fair.
But like Vince just said, I'm gonna put it back up. He said he's so slim, he scares me when it comes to durability. He's right. But he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna if he doesn't, I mean, he might gain 10, 15 more pounds at the least. Hopefully he does. But as long as he tone up, that's what he said. He wants to tone up more than anything. And once he does that, man, I mean, look at Kevin Durant. That joker couldn't bench 65 pounds when he came in the league, but everybody talked about him. But look what he's doing now. You know, so I don't think weight will become a factor like that. Like everybody feels he will, or it will. But I think it's gonna be good, bro. I think, like I said, I think we just gotta be patient. And then the early criticisms, as you mentioned earlier, you talked about how a lot of those pundits were talking about, see, I told you, people on social media, I told you he was garbage. He's going to be weak after the first game. Then he comes back. Here's my thing. When Joker first played, and forget the Summer League, Joker in the regular season was his first 20, 30 games. You know, I was watching it, and I think my grandma stayed in Denver then, and she called me. She was like, baby, who we had to sleep with to get a job.
That's right. The time they legalized weed over there. No wonder grandma stayed in Denver.
Right.
Oh,
right. But look at him now. Like, so anybody, he's the best player now. But I guarantee you, his first few games in the NBA during the regular season, you would have been like, this girl about to be garbage.
I can see that, Brandon.
And Brandon, he just didn't know where to be in the offense. He's going to be a 20 a night in February, February on. Yeah, man. I mean, I just say let's take time. We saw Trey. Trey hadn't averaged under 24 since his rookie year. and we saw Trey struggle his first 50 games in the
Yeah,
league.
struggled bad.
Yeah,
First 2 months was horrible.
yeah, and then he went on the tear.
Tear, crazy tear. And Luca had the off little second half of the rookie season.
Yeah. So, like I said, we'll see. Ben says, Raphael, would you draft him in fantasy basketball? Round 3. Heck no. I don't know. I might need some blocks, but Ab says Wemby's going to average about 25 to 28 minutes a game. I can see that too, Ab. That's a good point. That's
I
a
didn't
good
think about it. Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So I'll say this: if he stays healthy, San Antonio won't be anything the first year.
What you know? What somebody just said. So who was that? Vincent. I don't mean to cut you out. Somebody just said something. Would you draft him top 3 in fantasy basketball? But think about it. If you had to start a team right now, you had to take maybe 3. Nah, 3 maybe too little. 5 players under 30.
Right.
Wouldn't Vic be one of them?
I'll take him second round. I'm like TJ. I might take him second. I'll take him third, but I might take him second for real. Because if he getting 16, 12, and 3, we talking fantasy now, y'all. But I would do that, right? Yeah.
Period, though. Like young players, period. Under 30.
Period. You don't get that as a rookie. That's
start a franchise with.
Yeah, that's 16, 12, and 3. Like I said, that's winning rookie of the year. You don't think?
Not this year. I think Scoot gonna win it this year.
Okay.
Because I think he'll have but yeah, what will you get into? I didn't mean to cut you off.
But no. I was just gonna say I don't think they're gonna win right now, but I think that franchise is about to Pop did right by signing them 5, even though Pop's 74 years old, but I can see in the next 2 to 3 years they're gonna be very good, you know. But real quick, to end it, what other rookies impressed you so far?
Oh man, Darius Miller had a good game. I think it was last night. I saw that. He had actually a great game. Everything he did was sound. But I know them first couple games he struggled. Who else did I see? Well, he's not a rookie. Shouldn't probably been in summer league. Jabari Smith been going crazy. Rookie though, I know Scoop got hurt. A-Man got hurt.
Scoop look good too.
Early on, yeah.
A-Man.
Anthony Black though from the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, he looked good. Yeah,
who can
a man looked good too though. The twin, even in Detroit, but a man looked real good. Like that dude, his ability to finish around the rim, right or left, is like crazy. You know. Yeah. Black he did good as well, man. So, like I said, they're all rookies. We'll see what happens. We'll see how everything shapes up. You know what I'm saying? There's no rush. They're rookies. You know, LeBron James, his first game, he had 14 points, I think 7 assists and like 30 turnovers.
Summer league.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. I don't remember, but I saw that a little while ago.
Brandon says, "Why would Wemby only play 25 minutes a game?" I don't think they're gonna play him that much like that. I think it's gonna go up,
especially 82.
Yeah, but 82, you got to get used to that. He just can't coming off of playing like they going. Spurs are very smart the way they
started that the load.
Yep,
management
exactly. So all right, man. So we're gonna end this topic and we're gonna be back. I'm glad everybody who's in here is in here, and everybody who's watching and still don't want to comment. We definitely gonna need your comments on this one, because I know y'all gonna be. I don't know if y'all gonna agree with us, man, but hey, we about to tell it. The top wide receivers in the NFL, top 10 wide receivers in the NFL, it's coming up next. So we'll be right back.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Kiss. Right now, you checking out the 3-point conversion.
We are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Got my guy Rue. I'm Mr. Controversy. And it is now time for the top 10, NFL's top 10 wide receivers, man. We did quarterbacks last week. We had a lot of people. Some people was getting on us about it. And, I don't know whose list was better. They thought, but we agreed on most of it. We had a few that we didn't agree. It was like 2 or 3.
Left your boy Justin Fields out. I had him in. I know that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But I think this is gonna be different. So we'll see what happens. So we're gonna start off with Rue. I'm gonna let you go first, man. Like last time, I want you to start off your 10 through 6. So we're going backwards 10 through 6 wide receivers.
All right, so my 10 through 6. So let me reiterate this. You said period. See, I did going into 2023. So my list,
We could do that top 10. I mean, it's kind of the same. Like
yeah,
your. I mean, because in a way, quarterbacks is different.
yes, because the quarterbacks is different.
It's different
So
saying that because now
some guys.
some people might have gotten better receivers, or like I put Russell Wilson because I thought it was his coach. He got Sean Payton, but receiver, you're a receiver. I mean, and this is going into 2023, but it's not just based off 2022. This is just what you think. Who you think is the best wide receiver?
Whew.
You want to change something?
No, yeah, I got to change my 9. It's probably the only change I need to make, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably my only change I need to make. All right, so number 10, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was 9 at first. I think he going into the season, last year, a lot of people who was hip to him knew that he was gonna have a breakout year. I think he's the main target over there with Goff. Goff had a fantastic year, throwing wise last year, so you can't count him out. So I think, and I think fourth highest catch percentage in the league. That says it all. Number 9, Jalen Waddle. I think Dolphins is the only team in the league with 2 top 10 wide receivers. So yeah, he gets the receptions. He's speedy. Number 8, AJ Brown. And coming off the year he had, seems a little low. Seems a little high, but and you could probably flip flop him in my number 7, CD Lamb. I'll talk about some of these once I finish. So CD Lamb, number 7, number 6, Devontae Adams.
I like CD Lamb. I like CD Lamb. All right, so you about to make me change mine because I'm gonna put one. I'm gonna change one. So number 10, I'm gonna put Terry McLaurin. McLaurin, I don't care who's the quarterback, he's played well. The stats might not show it as much as far as touchdowns or things, but it's because look at the quarterbacks he's played with, man. I just see consistency. He can run every route you need him to run. And like I said, he always comes up when they need him. So I have Terry McLaurin at number 9. At number 10. Number 9, I have DeAndre Hopkins. I still think DeAndre is the top 6 wide receiver in the league. I think he can be that. Last year, he was suspended, and then I think the first few games back he played with Kyler. Then when Kyler got hurt, the offense totally changed after that. They didn't trust the quarterback to stay that long. So you saw DeAndre, which you don't normally see. They showed DeAndre, they was taking him out of plays. DeAndre stays in the game the whole what?
Yeah, but he played with like 3 different quarterbacks too.
That's what I'm saying. So they changed it up, but usually stays in the game all game, but they switched it up. But I still got him at number 9. And number 8, I got CD Lamb. Like you said, CD Lamb is that dude. He's getting better. That rapport he's building with Dak, and I think his confidence is going to go up. We saw him last year take a step up, and I think this year he's going to ball out, and he's going to show this is why the Cowboys picked me. So he's wearing number 88. So it's something about that jersey number, man. It's that I don't know what it is, but every time they wear it's just like Detroit. Detroit needs to start giving every running back number 20 in Detroit because it works with Billy Sams and Barry Sanders. So number 7, I have AJ Brown. I got AJ. We saw the way he transcended or helped transcend Jalen Hurts. And AJ is that guy, you know, he was able to run better routes instead of just a slant route in Tennessee. That's how he ran, the slant route and a deep route. So the fact that he was able to run different routes, we saw his versatility as a wide receiver, and he showed out. Then number 6, I have Jamar Chase at number 6. Jamar Chase is a beast, y'all, but I just think it's 5 better wide receivers in the league than Jamar Chase right now. I mean, I think Jamar Chase is going to make his claim and later on, but Jamar Chase is a beast. But like I said, I didn't do mine on basically going into 2023. I just got
and I did
5 receivers.
I want to explain why I have Devontae Adams number 6 a little bit.
Wait.
Yeah, stop.
Stop it. The Vince
Thank you.
gave me a stop it. All right, so go ahead.
Now the new quarterback for Devontae. I mean, I just Jimmy G should deliver, but that was why he was a little down on my list.
And you're talking just going into 2023.
Yeah, just going into.
I'm just talking just
period. Right.
Just wide receiver.
Definitely get mine based off going into 2023. So
right. All right. So who's your number 5? We're gonna go 5, 4. So who's your number 5?
My number 5 is
just go through 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Number 5, Stephon Diggs. Vince
cut the show now.
Yeah. Oh, man, my number 5 should be my number 4, right? Really.
No, but go ahead. Stephon Diggs. Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna change 5 to Cup. I got 5 Cooper Cup. I got 4 Diggs. Got 3 Chase. Jamar Chase, top 3. Tyreek Hill, number 1. Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson. I got what did I say? I got Cooper Cup number 5. So with Cup, if he could stay healthy, man, I think he can get back to the Cup we saw year before last season. Last year was riddled full of injuries, injuries to Stafford, not just the Cup. So in McVay's offense, we all know what he can do with his route running. I definitely think he's still a top 5 wide receiver in the league and going into 2023. Number 4, Stephon Diggs. This is a guy who basically made Josh Allen to the perennial MVP. I mean, he's the best receiver he's had. I know Josh Allen can do a lot, but Stephon Diggs can do a lot too. Want to know what they got going on? I think it's all good though. I think they all good. And they'll hatch whatever whatever out. And Diggs is consistent as ever. And especially has been with Josh Allen. Number 3, I had Jamar Chase, brother. Jamar Chase, number 3.
Yeah. Especially if you're looking at going into 2023, I probably would have him higher as well. So go ahead.
I think he does it all. He fits he does everything. He's speedy. He can run routes. He hasn't showed me anything that any flaw really. He didn't have as many explosive plays last year as we saw the year before in the Super Bowl run. But this kid is going up. His trajectory is going up, man. Top 3 for sure. Tyreek Hill, number 2. Come on, man. This a guy who made Tua look like Dan Marino in his prime early in the season. This Tyreek Hill is a game changer. He's a shapeshifter, bro. He's an MVP. He's on the MVP watch as a wide receiver. Him and number 1 right here. This guy right here, Justin Jefferson. Best wide receiver in the league, in my opinion. And going into 2023. New offense. This is Justin Jefferson is like Randy, man. He has all the potential in the world. But I'm still disappointed. I want to know what you got to say about your 5, man. Who you got ahead of Jamar Chase?
TJ, he has him at 5, not 10. Yeah, he has Cup at 5, not 10.
Cup. I saw Cup, Diggs, Chase, Hill, and I'm on Raw 10 app.
Yeah, he had him 10.
Jefferson number 1.
All right, so I know they call me controversy, and again, I didn't base this off of going into 2023. I'm just looking at, and I should explain it to you, bro. That was my fault. But I'm talking just
wide. That's even worse.
But I'm like saying wide receivers, like just, I guess is what they've done, who they are, and everything. Like, just the package, whatever. I would flip flop this probably. I could see myself flip flopping this, and I would, because I think he's more talented. Jamar Chase is more talented than his brother, because I had Chase at 6. But the reason why I put this guy at number 5 is because I don't care who you have as a quarterback. He succeeds. Matter of fact, I think he's the only wide receiver to have like 1,000 yards. Is it either 1,000 yards receiving or 10 touchdowns? I think it's 1,000 yards receiving every season he's played, and that's Mike Evans. I have Mike Evans number 5. I don't think he never gets credit. Every season route he's played in, you name the quarterbacks, whatever, he's
the only receiver with 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons. I think or 9.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying.
One more person has more than him.
Yeah, but he's 8
started career.
Right. So, but he continues to be great no matter what the circumstance is.
I like that one.
So I have Mike Evans. At number 5, I have
so bad this year.
You said what?
Even though they're gonna be so bad this year. That's why they have them on my list though, because I had it going in 2020.
Yeah, I think they're gonna surprise people. But number 4, have Stephon Diggs, like you said. Stephon is that guy. You already explained everything, man. You know what he is. He's only number 4 due to the fact that because you got 3 other wide receivers is better than him. You know what I'm saying? So stop it. Hey, everybody. Everybody love Chase. I feel you. At number 3, I know about
going into 2023, Vince.
Yeah, he is. I mean, just because your team is bad,
Mayfield as his quarterback,
it don't matter. I mean, Mayfield. Y'all act like Mayfield sucks. Mayfield sucked last year because he played with teams he hadn't been on. Right. And I'm sorry, Doc. I promise we're gonna get done. We almost done, Doc.
Wait till we do the fantasy ranking show with Vince.
Right. But listen, so my number 3. Should I change this? All right, so if we're going into 2023, I don't have him here at number 3. But when I look at pure wide receiver, just wide receiver, just pure wide receiver. Number 3, I got Justin Jefferson. I got Devontae over Justin. I think Devontae is a better wide receiver. You know why? And I'm going to say this. Justin Jefferson balls out, but when he plays a top cornerback, he gets shut down. We've seen him do that the last 2 seasons, get shut down. Now, everybody else, he balls out, but when he plays a top wide receiver, he gets shut down. So that's why I got to put a number 3. Devontae Adams.
On his side. The stats is on Jefferson's side.
Yeah, but you can't just go stats. There's been a lot of wide receivers that had great stats. But when it matters or when it counts, they get shut down. We've seen it happen to him a few times. Last year and the year before last. I'm just saying. So number 2, I got Devontae Adams because Devontae can run any route, any way you want it. He has the best footwork in the league, Devontae Adams. He has speed. Like I said, he can run any route. He can take it to the house. He can catch in traffic. I think, like physically and everything, I think he's the best wide receiver in the league. Physically, if you're looking at just attributes. But the number 1 wide receiver is Tyreek Hill. I can't believe you got Justin Jefferson over Tyreek Hill, bro. You mentioned it. He played with Tua.
Ooh.
Then when Tua got hurt, he still was balling.
Justin plays with Kirk Cousins.
But Kirk Cousins always been able to get yards. He's going to fumble and throw an interception at the end, but he's always been able to get yards. Kirk Cousins can play. But we're talking about Tua who was hurt. Then you brought in other quarterbacks and he still bought out. Can no one guard?
Never seen nothing like Jefferson's first 3 seasons from a wide receiver.
You're right, but
receiving yards, touchdowns, receptions, maybe not the touchdowns.
Let me ask you this: you seen what Tyreek did with Mahomes, and then he was able to come to Miami and
he's my number 2.
Play better.
He is my number 2.
I got him at number 1, dog. I got him at number 1. That's my top 10. Real quick, y'all put y'all top 10s up if y'all can. Y'all top 5s, whatever. Tell us what y'all got. But Ab says y'all left off St. Brown.
I have St. Brown number 10.
Yeah, you keep ignoring that. Vince says fantasy heck no Evans is top 10 when you look at all he's done.
For sure.
Yeah, he is. Ab says Tyreek Hill and Waddle made Tua look good. They did. They did.
I had Waddle 9. Yeah, Dolphins only team with 2 top 10 wide receivers, in my opinion.
And I'll leave it at this. Anytime your quarterback underthrows you by a lot, but when you catch it, you still like 2 yards ahead of your defender. That lets you know how fast and good he is. So I got Tyreek, man. So Rue got the better list.
On this round, baby. Hey, let's go.
But look, man, like I said, y'all get y'all top 5s. We'll put up next segment and later on the show. We'll have a special segment, we'll put all y'all top 5. I'll go back and get it. But we're gonna take another break, man, and we're gonna be back. We really about to have some fun now, y'all. Stay locked.
Hey, yo, check 1, 2, Flavor in the building, and you know who you listening to? The 3-point conversion. Flavor in the building.
Right, we're back inside the 3-point conversion sports line. I had to take a quick break. This is the podcast, so we can do that. We don't have to play the normal 2 minutes. We're gonna play the good commercial after Doc comes on, but we gotta bring Doc on. We gotta bring in our cousin, none other than this is family in the building, y'all. This is the one and only Dr. Fowler, Donnie Fowler III, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta. What's going on, Doc?
How's it going? Good to be back.
Hey, Doc. So right now, WNBA is going into the All-Star break. About to go into the All-Star break. MLB is on their All-Star break. They shut every good rookie down so far in the NBA Summer League. I don't think no golf is going on. You just got tennis. Other than that, we don't really have any injuries. So what we're going to do, Doc, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to segment is called First Time. And we're going to talk about our first time in sports. That person who made us all who we hate or whatever, dislike, so on. So, Rue, I'm going to let you take it over, bro.
All right, man. So, yeah, like you said, we're going to talk a little bit about everything, like growing up. Who was your favorite? Who did you most hate? So starting off with the first question, I'm going to ask you, Mr. Controversy, who was the first athlete that became your favorite? Who was your first athlete that became your favorite?
Believe it or not, I'm showing my age, but believe it or not, the first person that I was like in awe of was
we all know.
No, Roger Craig.
Okay.
But it was Roger Craig, playing for the 49ers, to watch him run. Of course I was a Jordan fan. Of course I was, but to see Roger Craig, I was just like, yo, who was that? He made me love the running back position the way he's running with his legs up, and then it enhanced even more. I remember 80, was it 88, 87? I think it was 88. The run against the 49ers, might have been 89, but either or, when he broke them, I'm against the LA Rams, when he broke those tackles, that long run, and he high stepping, and I was just like, yo, who is this dude? Who is he? Because you got Jordan, you got Peyton, see all these people that's hometown you see in your town, you get to watch, but to see somebody else on another team where it was just like, yo, I didn't know who he was. Who was that? It was Roger Craig for me.
The first athlete that became my favorite, I was a big Kobe fan, man. I was a big Kobe fan. But he wasn't the one that really made me love basketball. It was Vince Carter, man. And him dunk, jump out the gym. I was when he, was with the Raptors, I remember I was about 5, but when he went to the Nets, man, it got crazy. I was 6, 7, 8 years old. Him and RJ, the alley oops, Jason Kidd, man. That's the first athlete that was like, man, that's my guy. I remember talking to my mom and letting me go to his UNC camp sponsored by him.
Oh, nice.
8 years old, man. She spent some good money on me. Thank you, Mom. Love you if you're watching this for that one. So that was a good time. So yeah, it was Vince Carter. That was the first one. Doc, who's the first athlete who caught your eye? A young Doc.
Yeah. So first off, my wife is over here on the other side, but I won't flash her this time and upset the audience. By exposing my pregnant wife. But so for me, growing up in DC, just for a little background, 42 years old, so that puts me kind of mid-80s when I'm really kind of starting to latch on. For me, definitely Darryl Green, ageless wonder, Washington former Redskins. He was just a joy to watch. He was a joy in the community. He played for them for literally 20 seasons, 1983 to 2002. I don't think you're probably ever going to see, probably at the NFL level, a player play 20 seasons for one franchise and retire with that franchise. So he was literally the heart of that Washington football team, was still the fastest man in the NFL into his 40s, smallest guy out there, but the biggest heart. And just like there was no reason you couldn't like him. So he was the first guy I ever kind of fell in love with, just inspired me, and he was my guy.
See, I'm gonna have to do my research. Darryl Green, Roger Craig.
You don't know who Darryl Green is? Wow, that's right.
I definitely know Roger Craig.
You don't know who Darryl Green? Oh my God,
that hurts.
I call myself a guru.
I was saying, the fact that Darryl Green was a cornerback and played 20 years and still the fastest guy.
Oh, okay, that's the guy Dion said was even faster than him. I don't know if y'all ever saw that interview.
I think, but he was fast like that. Like,
okay,
yeah, he was fast like that. But yeah, TJ said youngster. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm young, man. So, hey, going off of that, your favorite? Who's the first athlete you hated? Doc, I'll let you go first. Who's the first athlete you hated?
Yeah, so I'll pivot sports. So probably my second answer for favorite athlete would have been, or first favorite athlete would have been Larry Bird. So to that reasoning, in the 80s, watching basketball, who were the Celtics always going up against that you absolutely hated? That was the Detroit Pistons and one Bill Laimbeer. So I absolutely hated Bill Laimbeer. I thought he was just like a piece of trash out there, just wreaking havoc, causing problems. I mean, I respected Thomas and Rodman and Duane, some of those other guys a lot more, but Laimbeer just infuriated me, just kind of the way he played. And again, a good guy, if he's on your team, you want him there, but if he's not on your team, you absolutely hate that guy. So for me, it was Bill Laimbeer.
Sort of reminds me of Pat Beverly in a sense. Of course, I didn't get to see Bill Laimbeer either. Ralph, I'll let you take it. Who's the first athlete you hated?
the guy I hated the most, believe it or not, was Randall Cunningham. I couldn't stand Randall Cunningham, man. Like, yeah, because he was just,
Surprising.
huh?
Does Rue know? Does Rue know who Randall Cunningham is?
Yeah, I know Randall.
Okay,
Come on.
all
Eagles,
right.
Vikings. Come on, man. I know
Eagles,
Randall now.
you know, with the Vikings, but when he played with the Eagles,
Yeah.
Randall was the first running back I knew. I mean, first running quarterback I knew, or quarterback who could run like that. And I hated him because he just get away from everything, you know. And then you got to understand. So I was, coming up in Illinois, and we were Southern Illinois before we moved to Chicago. So my father them was St. Louis Cardinals fans. I don't know if you know, Rue. They used to be the St. Louis Cardinals football, and
No, I didn't know that. No.
yeah, they were the same. They
I
were
knew
they
that.
were
I
the
knew
first
that.
city. Oh, you did? Okay. So they were in the same division as Philadelphia. So I always got to see Randall, and
Mhm.
the fact that, man, and I hated them green colors anyway, so I didn't like the Eagles, little boy. But the fact that he would just be so elusive and getting away, and he'd be doing all these flips, he wouldn't get hurt. People always remember, look this up, Rue, if you don't know, that famous play where he's playing the Giants on Monday night, and Carl Banks come off the edge and hit Randall in his knee, hit Randall in his knees. Randall standing flat footed, hit Randall in his knees, and Randall just go to the ground, but keeps his hand up to hold himself up as he falls back like 3-4 yards, but keeps his balance, gets back up and throw a touchdown. Man, I wanted to break that TV. I remember that was the first time I remember I was like, hurt him. And I was like, hurt him. I hope that injure him. My father was like, you should never wish a player get injured. I'm like, well, I hate him, Daddy. Shouldn't hate. But I couldn't stand Randall Cunningham. I liked him when he got to Minnesota, but at the Eagles, he was the first player I ever hated.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. For me, I got two. It's two of them. One is not an athlete, but I'll start with him. It's Sean Payton, man. He's a coach. Boy, I hate Sean Payton. I still hate him to this day, man. Yeah, I've always hated Sean Payton. Of course, as a Falcons fan, he's a winner, but bro, we could not. We couldn't beat him for nothing, man. We couldn't beat him for anything, he was a winner. And what he did with New Orleans, he took a team, that was nothing and consistently made them a playoff team. That's something I wanted for my Falcons. So of course, that's that. And the other one is a little Atlanta blood in there. It's two people, Chase Utley and Ryan Howard. Hate those guys, man, especially in the early 2000s. The Phillies, the Braves had it going, man, with and all of a sudden, 2005, we had that's when I think that's when Andrew had his most home runs, had his 52 home run season. We had the youngsters, Frank Core, LaRoche, McCann coming up.
Yeah.
We had that team over there on the East, also coming up, man. And that guy, Ryan Howard, bruh. He couldn't be stopped for about 3 years, man. And as a Braves fan, I had to just sit back and watch it. I think they got one championship out of that cool run him and Utley had together. But that's everything I wanted to see my Braves get with Chipper and Andrew. I had to watch Utley and Ryan get together. So yeah, that was some hatred there. Young Rue was hating.
What's the next question?
Yeah, with that being said, so who was the first athlete that had you thinking we've never seen anything like him, her, like a Wembanyama, like besides MJ? So I guess the first, unicorn in your eyes. Ralph, I'll let you take this Mr. Controversy first. I take it after you.
Oh man, this is easy. Y'all know who this was.
Who was that for you?
Barry Sanders. The first time I saw Barry Sanders, it's Jordan, then it's Barry Sanders. And I felt like Jordan got an unfair, because I grew up, in Chicago, but either or. Barry Sanders, like, bro, I used to record on the VCR, record his games, and then play it back and run in slow motion and try to mimic his moves and how he would cut and do this. And I remember just looking like he should have broke his ankle right there. How did he do that? Like, I don't know if I knew Doc. I wanted to call Doc and ask him, was he eligible to do that? Like, how did he do that and not break anything? But I love Barry Sanders, but just to see him, man, the way he would spin, the way he would juke, and the crazy thing about Barry was, you know, how you see some cats when they be running and they juke and they be and going crazy. He was just real smooth with his like everything, like he's just under control. And then, you know, they used to teach. I was always taught as a running back, you don't stop your feet, but he always stopped his feet, plant, turn back around, do this.
Mm-hmm. With that trash offensive line.
His line, and that's straight up something. His line wasn't trash. I hate that.
Oh, so I just fell for the myth.
Yeah, it wasn't trash. It wasn't like Emmett's, but it wasn't trash. I mean, it wasn't trash. But I mean, they got Lomas Brown.
Any Hall of Famers on that line?
I don't know. I don't think so. But Lomas Brown was a Pro Bowler. I know he was a Pro Bowler. They had some Pro Bowls on that line. But either or, it wasn't like the best, but it wasn't trash. But either or, Barry Sanders, man, like I said, how he made people look stupid. He was the first person I see make look stupid and not run them over, and they don't touch him, you know. So yeah, that's mine.
So I think I got one even easier than yours, Mr. Controversy. You said yours was plain to see, right? I think mine is pretty plain to see. I'm gonna give you 5, 4. Now,
I don't know.
Boy wonder, Mr. Shohei Ohtani. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. And we're seeing it now.
He's the first.
He's the first athlete, really, like that's. I'm just, oh my god, every. I'm in awe, bro. I'm in awe. The numbers is crazy. He leads baseball and everything, hitting wise, and doing it as a pitcher. Like, I got to see him last year in person, and just to see all the people who came out wearing his jersey, yeah, it's something special, man. It's before this, maybe you could say for me, Floyd, when I was a kid, I never really seen a boxer like him. But not Shohei, Mayweather. Me coming up like boxing wise, I had never seen nothing like Mayweather. As far as winning, just not losing, no stain, you know. But no, it's Shohei for me. We had, you know, we'd be 67 years later talking about this.
True. Doc.
Yeah. Well, first off, I sent the Wikipedia link on Daryl Green for Rue so he can read up on that as soon as the show is over. And feel bad about how many All Pros and awards and Super Bowls he won in those 20 years.
That's my topic for today.
So
we both got one today.
But no, I like both those answers. This isn't my guy. Like, thinking about Barry Sanders, I'd probably also put maybe like Bo Jackson in that conversation for some of the things he was doing in 2 different sports. He put Dion there too. But for me, I'm going to go a little under the radar, more so of what my sport was in college and kind of growing up. Again, this is 80s, early 90s, and I'm going to go actually with Carl Lewis. USA track star. Right? Yeah. Hopefully Rue knows Carl Lewis.
Yeah. Carl Lewis. Now I'm about to get questions for everything.
I think you know, I want to say once either 9 or 10 gold medals between like the 84 and then even the 90, all the way up to Atlanta in 96. I think he won the gold in the long jump in 96. So he spanned 4 Olympics, which is an insane duration for track and field at that level, and winning all those gold medals. And certainly there have been some crazy people, Usain Bolt, et cetera, since then. But for me, like, talking about first person that really seemed like on a different planet, me kind of getting into track, seeing this guy just running by people, jumping further than anyone had ever jumped, it was just kind of inspiring and eye-opening to me. So I'd go Carl Lewis.
Yeah, Rube. Carl Lewis that dude was like, he was like the fastest guy alive back then. I guess he was, you know, in the Olympics, but it was just like, yeah, you had never seen nobody run that fast. Like, That he was the first person I saw run from. Like, man, he even tried football, but you already know that they tore that joker up. He couldn't catch anything. They tried him, but because Willie Gault, he ran track, so he moved him to football and he was able to do it. Or he played football as well. They tried to do the same thing with Carl Lewis. That didn't happen. That didn't work out at all. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, but like all of those. What was the first team you hated? We talked about first athlete. What was your favorite first athlete you hated? But what was the first team that you hated? I could take it from first on here, man. What was that? The 02, 03, 04 USC Trojans. I hated those guys, man. I was so happy when Vince Young won. I couldn't stand USC, man. I was so mad that Reggie Bush wore that jersey because the thing is, I like Reggie. I couldn't cheer for him because he wore USC, and being all the way down south, from the A, USC is so foreign to me. Like it just stood for everything I couldn't reach. Like I don't know. That's why I don't know. I was a real big hater, man. Of the Trojans, bro, back then, and it was just excellent. It was winning all the time. So it was definitely the USC dynasty and Pete Carroll and those guys, Matt Leinart.
Definitely.
First team I truly hated.
So
man, come on, I'm so used to just you being the narrator, man. Doc, I gotta let you take a second.
Go ahead.
This will go back to my favorite athlete and being a Washington then Redskin fan. So my most hated team by far, first team was the Dallas Cowboys. Them boys, God, I hated them. That was back when the rivalry was more legit, and you had both of them winning multiple Super Bowls then in the 90s. But yeah, Aikman, Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Leon Lett. God, I hated those guys. Just like, no one comes close, especially the '90s Dallas Cowboys, for hatred in my book. And I'm sorry, G's not on this segment to appreciate my commentary.
Right. You know what? I hated the reason why I hated Dallas is because of Barry Sanders, because Emmitt Smith. Well, and then I used to love the 40. Believe it or not, I used to love the 49ers. Steve Young is my favorite quarterback. So Barry Sanders, because everybody was saying Emmitt Smith is better. I was like, I hated Emmitt Smith. I told Emmitt, and I told him that. He's laughed. Barry Sanders is my favorite. Back then, it was either Barry and Emmitt. It was like Biggie or Pac. You could only like either or. You couldn't like both. I hated Emmitt because I love Barry Sanders. And then, of course, they kept beating the 49ers or whatever. So, yeah. The team I hate, you got lucky, Doc. Your team got lucky on this. It was a year later that I hated your team as much as this team now by the name, but probably shock y'all how much of a sports fan I was. And this is because, again, like I said, my father being from St. Louis. So we got to see the St. Louis Blues play. I hated the Detroit Red Wings. I hated Detroit Red Wings with a passion.
No.
I hated Fedorov, Yzerman, all of them. Who was that? Doc, who was the goalie for Detroit?
Dominic Hasek.
Hasek. It was another one too. Hasek. I hated Hasek. It was one more. Roy Patrick. Was it Patrick Roy? I think he played that 1 year.
Turn this down for my mom and them. Hear you.
Yeah, I think Patrick Roy was more Montreal. Maybe he went to Detroit eventually. But
1 year, but either or, I hated the Detroit Red Wings, man. Like they were like either the Dallas Cowboys of football. They were, but they were like bullies. I hated Bob Probert. He was the Dennis Rodman of hockey. But I hated Detroit. They were so good. You couldn't do anything. I don't care how good your team was. You couldn't do anything with the Detroit Red Wings. So I hated the Red Wings. So that's the team I hated. The first team I really, really hated. Packers weren't good enough then. Detroit Pistons at that time, they hadn't came up yet. So it was Detroit Red Wings. It was like in the mid, 87, 88.
Yep. So that being said, last one to wrap it up. The first game or match that made you cry. Now I'll probably go last on this one because But Mr. Controversy, I'll let you take it first. You probably it's more recent for you. You probably cried last week or something.
The first game I ever cried, and the only game I ever cried, thanks to Dr. Donnie Fowler's team, was a 1991 Duke versus UNLV game. Oh my God, that broke my heart when UNLV lost in the Final Four to Duke. This was the year they went undefeated. When I tell you UNLV was beating teams, now of course it has something to do with the conference they were in too. But they were beating teams, even a good team, they were beating teams by 30 something points like a night easily. They could have been the best team in college basketball, probably history, over maybe UCLA. I mean, because they were that dominant. Again, they were playing people in their conference, but still they were dominant. And they played Duke Blue Devils. And the year before, they destroyed the Blue Devils in the finals. I mean, the championship game. And then, man, I was crying. I'll never forget that. I was trying to hold back my tears, but your lips be trembling. Then you know how you get that lump in your throat. You swallow that lump, you gonna cry. And sure enough, man, they lost. Oh my God, that was the word. That was Easter weekend. I'll never forget. It was going into Easter, and I cried. Yeah, I had to go in my room and cry under the covers, but I would never forget that. So that was the first and only game I ever cried.
Doc, let you take it.
Yeah, well, I almost thought we were going to intersect there, Mr. Controversy. We were close, and I was young enough where I'm not sure if I actually cried, and it was initially like sad cry, and then like probably happy cry, because I'll admit I cry about a lot of things. Usually not sports. I just get angry, but probably I'd say most emotional, we'll put it that way, was Duke in '92 with the Leitner Kentucky regional final game, where they had just come off winning the national championship the year before, upsetting UNLV. I was locked in with that team all season with Hill and Hurley and Leitner and all those guys. And they were actually supposed to win it that year, and then they're down, about to lose Kentucky, and I thought the game was over with like whatever 2 seconds left, and that was in just deep despair, and just probably the quickest I've ever gone from like just sheer misery to like sheer joy in that moment. So that for me is probably kind of my moment, I would say.
That's when I start hating. That's when I really start hating. I hated Duke already, but when Leitner hit that shot, I couldn't stand him. I rooted for Kansas, Udonis Jordan, and all of them to beat Duke in the championship game. Kansas. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
So I got a 2-part question. Y'all want to know the first time I cried watching a sporting event?
Yeah, that's the question.
Or the last time I cried?
So we want to know. Okay, so we'll know the first one first.
All right. The first time I cried, man, and I don't want to say I was just boo-hooing, but I was very upset. Now, yeah, I shed a tear or two. It was 2004 NFC Championship game when the Falcons lost to the Eagles, but it was all set up because I just felt the vibes that game. I mean, I watched that game alone. I remember I didn't want to be bothered with nobody. I didn't want to watch it with my brother. I just wanted to watch it alone in my room. 27-10. I remember it like yesterday. It was a cold game, and I knew Vic. It just felt like it wasn't going to be his game. Felt like he had to be, hero in that game. Brian Dawkins, man, they had it going. Was that the game he laid that hit on Vic?
I think so.
Yeah, that after that hit, it changed everything. Yeah, that was, I believe. So yeah, that was the first time I cried, man. We were so close. Great year. We were so close. The last time I cried, man, kids, don't gamble. I'm just gonna say that. Don't put nobody up on nothing, y'all. This was like 2015. This is young Rue, y'all. Andrew Wiggins, man. Man, cost me about let me just on a buzzer beater. Hey, Rue lost his rent money on the buzzer beater. I cried that night. I just shut the lights off, man. I just shut the lights off and went to sleep, bro.
Talk about who's the game.
They play when Carmelo was on OKC. I can't. He was when Carmelo and Paul George was on OKC. Man, I put too much money on this game, man. I learned my lesson though. But I did have to call Mama that next morning. Like, Mama.
Okay, so before we go, if I can,
boy, you can look it up. He shot like a half court shot, boy.
I remember that.
Oh my,
remember that. Yep, because Carmelo went off that game,
bro. Yes, they had the orange jerseys on.
Yep, I remember that. Yep, but since y'all both mentioned games where y'all cried, where y'all were like happy, two, and it not necessarily because I was happy, because I ain't gonna lie, sports, and if any of y'all had children, them cartoon movies that get you if you got children, they sneak up on you if you got. Beware, Dr.
Oh, for real. Oh, definitely. Hey, Doc, don't watch Jack Frost. This Christmas, don't watch them.
I've seen Jack Frost.
Don't watch that.
Hey, but when you have children, something
terrible.
Finding Nemo got me when he found his father. But anyway,
I'm talking about the latest Jack Frost, the one in the 90s.
Oh,
with the actor, I forgot his name.
Yeah. I know you're talking about
human one, not the
human one. Yeah, with Kelly Preston as the mom. Yeah.
Oh, that's a terrible movie to watch with the family, man.
Yeah, and Michael Keaton is the dad. Comes back as a snowman. Yeah.
My game was the two. I'm gonna say the Bulls, the flu game, and not necessarily because we won, but the fact that Mike was sick. Mike was sick or whatever, and then he hit the game-winning shot, and Pippen, and one of them things he was like, and then the game they lost his game, but Byron Leftwich, Ab, you probably remember this. Remember when I forgot who they were playing, but Byron Leftwich, he was with Marshall, and they were losing. They were trying to come back, and he got hurt. And when he got hurt, remember he did something to his ankle and he couldn't run or anything. So they thought he was off the game. They carried him off the field, but he came back and he was standing shotgun, catch the ball, wouldn't really move. He just turned his shoulder, throw it. They was driving down the field, and the lineman had to pick him up and run and carry him to the yard, scrimmage, line of scrimmage. He had to do it again. He couldn't move. And he drove him down to a touchdown. They almost won a game. And Rue, I was over there talking about because it was just like, man, like the fact that this dude is doing this. But those were the games where I wasn't like sad or like, you know what I'm saying, but it affected me like yeah, bro. But hey, that was fun, man. That was
definitely fun.
Fun going through memories. Yeah. But Doc, we definitely appreciate you for coming on, man. What I'm gonna do is, because we don't want to cover Doc's face, and then I don't want his wife to get mad at us for that, because I know she love her husband, and So what we're gonna do is, when we come back from the break, we're gonna put. You know what, Doc? You want to see? Do you want to see the comments, Doc?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go through the comments. Hold on. So this is Ab right here saying, I cried when the Yankees beat Braves when the Core 4 won their first chip. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I bet a lot of those 90s Braves fans years was rough.
Ab said Game 5, 1991 NBA. This is what he put. Ab's a Lakers fan. So. All right. Hold on. Let me go up some. See if it let me go up some more.
That's the one he cried?
Yeah, that was when he cried. Okay. Let me see. We got first team he hated. Brandon says first team he hated. Brandon hated Cowboys. Yep. We all agreed on that. TJ Bentley, Packers and Pistons, straight Chicago fan. We know that. This is the best player that you ever saw. That was like, wow. Ab says Shaq or Randy Moss for him. I could.
You know what? Shaq could have fit the bill for me.
Brandon said Serena, but I'm wondering why he said wow. Let me stop. All right, but was it when some of that Puma suit? But anyway, but yeah, but Serena, yeah, but I said her too. Like I had never seen a
Yeah.
player like that. Oh, another player I hated. I hated Pete Sampras as well. So and
Tennis player, yeah.
TJ Bentley said Mike Tyson fights.
That's
One
a
that
good one.
had him like and all that. He probably was the first one. I was like, oh snap. Ab said the first athlete he loved was is it on the show? Okay. Was Kareem or Don Madeline. The first athlete I hated was Jordan. Golly, Ab, what's up with the Jordan hate? John Starks said the first player I mean John Starks. He said John Starks was the first player he hated.
That's a good one.
Yep. So yeah, man. Good segment. That was fun, man. That was fun. So all right, Doc, you have a safe and great weekend.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, thanks again. Tell the missus we said hello if she can hear us. And of course, we praying that you all have a healthy baby and everything goes well. And we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back, man. We're about to get into some more stuff, man. We gotta talk about the Phoenix Suns letting Chris Paul walk, and now he's with Golden State. So we'll see what happens with that.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Right, we're back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. Got my guy Rue, Mr. Controversy here. And all right, y'all. So let's see. It's time for our NBA basketball segment, man. And like I said, we had fun. Real quick, the last Serena after Serena's a while for a different reason. Yeah. That's what I thought he was talking about. Mike was drunk, bro. Talking about when Mike was sick. Mike was. Oh man. Oh, Ab said he hated Pete Sampras too. I hated Sampras, man. Golly. Yeah, and then Ab says, Raphael Haynes, I'm a Lakers fan, a huge Patrick Ewing fan. How could I love Georgia? Now, Jordan, I agree. I agree. And actually, as much as I hated the Knicks, I was a big Patrick Ewing fan, man. I didn't let nobody know at the time, but yeah, I was a big Patrick Ewing fan back then. But a team that I was a fan of, and then when they went 73-9, I hated them. Started hating them was the Golden State Warriors. Don't hate them now, I'm cool now. But we didn't get a chance to talk about when CP3 joined Golden State. And Rue, I want to ask you, when they got him, he's there. I'm not gonna ask you not necessarily what you thought when you first heard, but did or do you think that it can work?
Yeah, I do. I do think it could work. But I think it could work, especially in their second unit. Don't see it working with their first unit. And I think the Warriors see it working in their second unit. I think they see CP3 sort of developing their young players on that second unit, something that Jordan Poole couldn't do. Now he's taking the place of Poole essentially. Kaminga, Moody. You can almost say that Curry and Clay can't make those guys better like a Chris Paul can. They can't because they need the ball, to shoot. They can't really get the ball to those guys, pick and pop. Probably what Kerr wants CP3 to do. And CP3 is like to clean everything up, I think, in Kerr's eyes. Like all the squeaks and stuff that needs to be tightened. I think that's where CP3 fits at for this team. And I definitely see it working with the second unit. Because CP3 can facilitate with those young guys and sort of help develop them. And also maybe what the Warriors too quick to jump off Wiseman? Because we all know Wiseman. So you can say the same thing for
yeah.
That he couldn't really work with Steph and Clay. We see why. But imagine Wiseman with the CP3 in the second unit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I said the same thing. I agree, App, and I'm gonna get to your question in a few. I think he's on the court down the stretch as well, but I thought the same thing, Rue. I was like, when they got him, like, man, if Wiseman was still there, like Wiseman would be all-star. He would get paid like the next 2 after that, the next 2 years, he would get paid. But I think it can work too, just due to the fact that, like you said, anytime you have he can help the second unit, but anytime you have a lot of players with IQ, great high IQs, they win championships. I mean, you look at the Bulls, not only was it just because they had Jordan and Pippen was great, whatever, and Rodman was a great rebounder, good, very good defender, a great defender, if you want to say back then, at that time. But the IQs with Ron Harper, they had high IQs. Even with the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, and then you have a Robert Ory, and they were great, and Shaq doesn't get a lot of credit for having a high IQ, but his IQ was crazy as a center. Like he knows basketball. So you think about it now, you have Curry, Clay, and Draymond already, and that's why they kept winning. And then you add a CP3 as well. And the thing about CP3, I think, like you stated, Draymond could pass the ball. Draymond could do everything.
Yeah.
CP3 just make other players better. He just make everybody else just better. He always, everywhere he's been, he's always enhanced that team. I mean, it's just New Orleans, OKC. I mean, New Orleans Clippers, OKC, and Phoenix. Every team got better, by far, got better. So, yeah, he's old, but he just has that type of stamp. He has that type of just his aura. You know what I'm saying? His IQ, knows where everybody's supposed to be. Problem is he just seems to get hurt. But I think it works, man.
I do too. I think it works. Yeah, he's just gonna have to accept that role. Like Brandon stated, you did tell us that, B. But also Chris Paul's sort of in a little denial too, man. Right now, I think where he's at. I saw an article that came out when asked from a reporter. I think it was today, actually, or yesterday, about Chris Paul coming out with that second unit. He has to do it. Are you the coach, or some do? Are you the one coaching, or he's right? Chris Paul's right. Are you the one coaching? Why are you asking me that? But
what did he ask him?
Well, he basically said, "Are you the one coaching?" Because the guy said, being that you're probably going to be at that second unit, then he went with his question, and Chris Paul's response was, "Are you coaching?"
I don't think he's going to be second unit.
You don't think he's the second unit? Oh.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you start him?
I don't see him starting.
Why not?
I just don't. I don't know. I don't see him starting, man.
Why? But why? I don't understand.
First off, The age, he's 39 years old. I think he's better with the second unit, playing pools.
But when he was, I don't think you would want to play in a Poole's position. I mean, think about it though. Even in Phoenix, he still averaged 7 or 8 assists last year. What, 14 points?
But also, can't you say that if he comes off the bench, I'll preserve him for the playoffs? Because maybe that's why he's getting hurt so much. Is the role he's playing at this point?
He can get hurt. He just hurt. That's just.
I don't know. We'll see.
And people saying 20 minutes a game, like, dog,
yeah, I'm starting to see that.
Why,
he doesn't need to play more than 20 games.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't understand why y'all saying this, because it's not like when he's in the game, matter of fact, when he was in the game, they were better.
I don't see him flowing with that offense, though. Screens, moving around. I don't see Chris Paul doing that. And if he's just standing somewhere, he's clogging up space for Curry and Clay. So I don't see it working with that first unit at all. That's all the offense does on the Warriors is run. Draymond brings it up. What's Chris Paul doing when Draymond brings it up?
Here's the thing, though. Is that going to happen? You don't need Draymond to bring it up now.
That changes everything. Now, we're not changing our offense for 39-year-old Chris Paul when we've been doing this for 13 years.
Why not?
It's been working for 10 years.
It didn't work last year. And we know why probably it worked. But I'll say this, though. This might be that wrinkle in the offense that have everybody tripped up now. Like, dude, like I said, Steve Kerr knows how to coach.
We'll see.
He knows he can put a wrinkle in where it'll work. Because you can still have Kerr, Wiggins, and think about it. Here's the thing. Chris Paul can set screens just like, I mean,
right now almost bumps Looney out the lineup.
But no, because you start
if you start
at center.
So Looney's not starting now.
You bring Looney up. Looney was starting last year, most of the games.
Looney will start.
Remember, they don't have a player over 6'9". They don't have a player that's taller than 6'9" on their roster at all. So with Draymond being a great defender, he can go ahead and guard whoever he's playing against, right?
Yeah.
And which makes the offense even more lethal, because now you got somebody who can stretch the floor, but not only that, who can pass the ball. So you bringing a big man out, you're gonna really make other teams dictate to what you're doing if they want to play like that. And then, like I said, Chris Paul is not turning the ball over. He's not turning the ball over. Now you got two passers that could come on, man. I see it working.
Yeah, I'm with Brandon.
I see why you would say come off the bench as well, but 20 minutes, y'all tripping. I don't understand why you would have somebody.
Maybe not 20, 25 minutes, 25, 30 minutes for sure.
I'm actually 30 minutes, but 20, nah. But again, I just think that you got a player that comes in, his assist to turnover ratio is like what is it, like 6-1, 5-1, something crazy, 6-1? Might be higher.
That's why I think he's so much better for that second unit, man. And that new kid they drafted, he's looking nice in summer. We were talking about summer league earlier. Rookies can't even pronounce his name. He's definitely gonna get some burn. They first round.
And Brandon, if you go back and look, as a matter of fact, I'll look. He didn't start all the games. I'm pretty positive.
Looney started most of the season though, for sure.
What's Looney's first name?
Kevon. Kevon.
But I could see him. What they'll probably do is like they did with Phoenix. Let him start. He'll start. Play the first 5 minutes. Go to the bench, and then come in. I mean, you could do that as well too.
Yeah.
But down the stretch, you want him to play. You want him to play with that team. You know.
I agree, Cortland.
Cortland says the crazy thing is I don't think Golden State will move the needle. I think they still are 5. No, you don't, dude. Every team that Chris Paul's went to has jumped tremendously.
They can go further in the playoffs in the second round, but no, I agree with Cortland. I think they're still
Rube,
maybe 4.
everything he's been on has improved.
So you think they're better than what would they finish like? So you think they finished better than they did last year? I think they were 4. They were 5.
Nah, they struggled last year.
They were 6. Yeah.
Struggled last
They
year.
might be 4 or 5. I don't say higher than 4 though.
I think they could go. Who else? I think as high as as low as 3. I think they'd be better than Clippers.
You got Denver. I mean, you got Phoenix. You got. I mean, I can keep going. Got the Lakers.
He right. You're right. He started 70 games. Wow, I didn't know.
He was the main guy. He was a starter.
Well, in the playoffs, they stopped starting him. That's what it was.
Yeah, because you had to.
Like, I don't remember him starting. Like, it was the playoffs. They started.
On one of those rounds, he definitely. I think the first round. No, it wasn't the first round. What's the round he kept getting like 20 and 20s and type? But yeah, they did a matchup switch in the Lakers series. That's all. Yeah.
So this is what I say though. I'm gonna go back. So this is the difference. This is why I think they'll win. Is because the fact that, like I said, first of all, every team he's been on, they get better. I mean, again, New Orleans as a rookie, they get in the playoffs. When he went to Clippers, they were horrible. Next thing you know, they go to the playoffs, not a contender. He goes to OKC, get traded. All of a sudden, they're in the playoffs. They were the 6th seed. He went to Phoenix. They weren't a playoff team at all. Even though they had that run in the bubble, but they weren't a playoff team. And then next thing you know, they go to the finals. And then the next year they had the best record in the West. They just got swept by Dallas, but they had the best record in the West. So again, his IQ, bruh, the fact that he can play and he's still playing at a high level. He's not scoring 20 a game, but if you're getting 14, 15 a game, 8 assists, 1 turnover. So I think that helps them because think about it. You had Poole who didn't have great IQ, who didn't have a high IQ and shot him out of games. One of them games, but really shot him out of games, made dumb decisions. You had Steph throwing this piece of gum, getting kicked out of the game because he threw his gum and hit a little baby in the head or whatever he did. And you take him, you trade him and bring in Chris Paul, whose IQ is that high, who can get somebody the ball, who can make the right play at the end. I don't see why they would be worse.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know about the regular season. I see them going maybe move the needle wasn't the right word. Maybe I'm not agreeing with Cortland because I do kind of potentially see them going further than the second round.
Mm-hmm. So CP3 so Cortland asked CP3 is winning the ring and Golden State.
I don't think they're winning though next year.
I think they can because I think if they get to the finals, I mean, anytime you got Steph, Draymond, and Clay healthy,
right,
they're a threat, right?
I think they will be right there.
But I think now you add Chris Paul, that just might be that oomph to make that right play at the end or whatever. And then the crazy thing is, if he gets hurt, they don't need him. You got 3 players. I mean, think about it. He was playing with these young players. Every time he went to another team, he played with young players, right? When he went to OKC, they were all young. When he went to the Clippers, they were all young. When he went to Phoenix, they were all young. Now he comes to a team where you have veterans.
And that's why it's so different too. Yep. That's why it's different.
Yeah, so I do you think so if they win a ring, if they don't win a ring, does that hurt his legacy? The fact that you go to Golden State and you didn't win a ring, does that hurt his legacy?
I don't think it hurts his legacy because guess what? Who protects his legacy if he doesn't succeed? It's the guy he's playing with, Steph Curry. So why would that hurt? You see what I'm saying? Why would that hurt Chris Paul's legacy? Him not winning a ring. Because he's playing with Steph. So I think Steph is there to protect it. You know what I'm saying? As far as being Steph Curry. nobody's gonna get on 39-year-old Chris Paul because he didn't win a ring with 35-year-old Steph Curry. So I don't think that hurts. If anybody can understand what I just said.
No, I get it because you're saying the fact that he's Steph Curry, people be focused on Steph Curry, but I don't think so. I think they'd be focused on Chris Paul because, like, dang, you go to this team, you still can't win a ring. Like, it's just not good for you to win a ring. That's what I think.
But I think they're gonna be like he couldn't win with Steph. It's just not meant to be. He tried it with everybody.
Right, true. And it's funny because you have a lot of Lakers fans in the chat room, and all of them just feel like they're going to win, which I understand. I think Lakers are going to be very good too.
Other LA team is going to win. They got it misconstrued.
Who, the Clippers?
Healthy Clipper team is winning it all next year.
When are they healthy?
A healthy Clipper team is winning it all next year.
So answer the question: when are they healthy?
Next year.
No,
they'll be healthy.
No, when are they healthy? Yeah, so
they haven't been healthy since they formed the team, but it's getting closer. They're getting closer.
Brandon says Clay and Dre are washed. Wow, Joker averaged 20 a game. It's basically his average for his career, and he's washed.
What? So what would you say the reason was they lost that series to the Lakers?
I can't even think back. Golden State played the Lakers, right?
No, but I couldn't think back either. That is a big,
Golden State played the Lakers?
They lost to the Lakers in 6.
Yep. I think more so because they didn't have anybody to stop. I mean, Clay did play bad. Clay had a bad series, but that's a bad series. It's not like he played bad all year, so I don't think
he had a bad series before too, though, against the Kings. He didn't have all that good of a series. I think he had one good game where he went crazy.
I think more so because you had nothing from Clay and you had nothing from Poole. Like nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking
nothing. Yeah.
I'm not talking about Poole didn't score. No, you had nothing from Poole.
Put some money on it, Corey.
No defense. No, hey man, it's not no bad insight. You just talked about how you lost your red.
Hey, learned nothing.
Right.
Oh, man, go ahead.
But no, man, I think Poole, CP3 can give you leadership. He can give you assists. He can not turn the ball over. He can make the right play. He gives you something. So I don't see why they're a better team with Poole than I don't see it. If Poole was playing lights out, yeah, maybe I get that, but he's not playing lights out. I mean, he didn't play lights out in the playoffs last year. Year before last. Yeah. So I just think that they're a better team this year with CP3. Now the thing is, like you said, if they had a Wiseman, cool. What's going to hurt them is if they play against especially a Lakers team. Lakers too big for them. And Anthony Davis is going to go crazy on him. Can't nobody stop Anthony Davis under 6'9". It's hard to stop him anyway, but he had his way with the boards. Looney couldn't do anything with him. So that's why I think Golden State will have to make a trade to get another big man or do something. Sign somebody. I don't know. I don't know who they signed, but trade somebody.
It's a body.
They just need a tall body to be, on this team if they want to contend with the Lakers. But if Golden State, because Lakers beat them with defense as well, but if Golden State is clicking on all cylinders and shooting, who can beat Golden State?
Just said it, the Clippers.
I'm just being unbiased. Like I don't like none of these teams are my team, so I'm just being unbiased. I understand how you feel. I understand how Ab feel. Who's Brandon? Who's your team? Lakers.
Brandon fan. I don't even know who Brandon. I don't think Brandon got an NBA spot.
Okay, but see, I just know that Cortland, Ab, and
Laker fans.
I don't know about Brandon, but
no, Brandon. I don't think Brandon got a.
They're Lakers fans, so and then you're a Clippers fan, or you think Clippers are gonna win, so y'all all talking with bias. I'm just looking at it.
fan.
I'm not saying the Golden State is going to automatically win a championship. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're a better team, and in order to beat Lakers, you can't turn the ball over, and you got to hit shots.
Kawhi Leonard fan.
That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, but I'm being unbiased here. I know it's a lot of comments. Everybody love the Lakers. You love LA. Y'all love your LA teams. I get it, but I mean, I just think
they said it. Somebody said it in the comments. It was Steph versus everybody. I still seeing it be that way. I don't, I kind of still see it being that way.
you're a
Now,
Lakers
what will CP3 do to make me not say that? I think it'd be him joining that second unit. Because other than that, I mean, unless we see a big jump from Wiggins, it's going to be Steph versus everybody.
Can we say this though? If the fact that there are old, I will say this, you all. And I'm not saying Golden State is going to win. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they could
be better. They'll be better.
Yeah, they'll be much better. But the fact that they are older, but they have high IQs, I think that's why. When you looked at Lakers that one year when they were older, you just had LeBron. AD is not a high IQ guy to me. I mean, he's not a bad player or dumb or anything like that, but I'm just saying he's not a high IQ player. Carmelo is not a high IQ player, not high IQ. He's offensively, he's a beast, but not high IQ. But you got 4 guys that have high IQs that are playing basketball IQs. That's why I think they have a chance. But at the same time, will age hurt them? And I think that's the big question right there. I think that's the big question. But either or, man, I think they get better. I think they play better in the regular season and in the play. You said they go further. Depending on who they play, But they're gonna have to meet the Lakers or Denver, either or, unless Denver and LA play each other before they meet. But we'll see. Like I said, but I think it's a good move for Golden State. I think it can work. Notice the word I'm using is can. You're right, AD. He has a high IQ on defense. But I'm just saying basketball wise as a whole, I wouldn't say he's a high IQ player. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, Ab. Defensively, he jumped up this year. I've never seen AD play like he played this year. So, but we'll see, man. Like I said, I think it's gonna be interesting to see this happening. I mean, I think it happened maybe a year too late, maybe. I think last year if you'd have went, I think maybe something could have happened. But I think they should have traded Poole after he got in that fight. So he got knocked out. But all right, man, we're gonna take another quick break, and the chat room will love this. It's time for MLB, man, to talk MLB baseball. Rue's gonna have his rules pitch, and we'll be right back.
I'm Evander, the real deal Holyfield. You are listening to 3-Point Conversion.
All right. So it is MLB time, and we're at the MLB break. Rue, did you watch the did you watch the home run derby first of all?
Home run derby is a long event. I watched the first round, and then I watched the championship, but I didn't catch anything in between that.
Okay, so when you first of all, what did you think of it?
Julio Rodriguez, man, he came to that first round was awesome. See Luis Robert get hot like that. He couldn't stop hitting. It would look so effortless. And then to see Julio show up 41 homers in the first round, I thought he was gonna set a record.
Yeah,
he beat his score from last year. But yeah, it was cool. I was surprised by Vladdy though winning because Vladdy's having a terrible year hitting home runs.
So chat room, help me out. I was watching I was barbecuing. I was on a grill, but we had a TV watching it. Who was the guy? I can't think of his name. The guy that his father was the pitcher.
Nigga Adley Rutschman.
Rushman, yeah, Rushman. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that almost had me like, the fact that his father was there. Because when they told the story that he wanted to, he always dreamed at 10 years old of being in a home run derby. Then he get to go to the home run derby and participate. Then he with his father, and he had like 27 home runs. It was like,
yeah, he was going. Yep. Luis
like,
Robert beat him, right?
Luis Robert took that away quickly. Just
quick, first round, just took it. Yeah,
I was rooting for him too. And, yeah, that was dope. Ab says that was dope. Yeah, that was dope. Cortland says my guy Mookie does not have derby power, but he does have game power in the show. That is not the event for him. Well, me and Rue we were laughing about that because, I was, like I said, I was cooking, and when he got up, me and my grandma was watching it. Never mind, y'all know the story. But well, I know. And then they Rue, you said they interviewed his was it his wife or his girl, because she was the one that told him you need to go ahead and do the home run derby. So they interviewed her, and you could tell she was irked, whatever, by her face. But she got cussed out when they got home by Mookie when they got to the hotel room. Don't ever have me do that again. Because he look. Then the fact that Joker didn't want to call a timeout, but I was embarrassed. I didn't watch the rest of the home run derby.
Yeah, Mookie didn't come.
Yeah.
But he didn't need to. He don't need it.
Yeah, and then of course it was a typical MLB All-Star game. Not bad or anything. I just like the fact that it's competitive. It's a game, it's you're watching a game. It's not anything different. People don't
easy. Nothing
you're interchanging players, but it's nothing like, all right, we just gonna throw high heat and that's it. Or we're gonna try to hit home runs and that's it. No, you playing the game. It's what it is. So it was good game and everything. But I wanted to ask you, because we're at the All-Star break, or we're at the All-Star break. Do you think that this year, this half of year the first half has been better than last year?
Oh, definitely. I will say it's some things missing that was there last year, but parity wise, this is great because you start to see a lot of teams go from worst to first. A lot of teams that are people mid-market teams that people counted out for years that didn't show signs of winning. All of a sudden they're giving, they're in first place. Diamondbacks, like I always say, they went on 23 game losing streak just a few years ago. I think it was last year. Now they're in first place, second place, a game and a half behind the Dodgers. Like you just seeing that the Rangers, the Pirates, you're starting to see the O'Neal Cruises come up. I mean, the Ellie Della Cruises come up. And then the Cincinnati Reds has been a great story all year.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, it's better. But when I say some things are missing, New York, like Yankees, Mets, like I don't think we're gonna see no baseball, postseason baseball in October in New York.
In New York, wow! You don't think Yankees are gonna make?
No,
you don't think they make the wild card?
Nope, don't think they're gonna make it. Judge has been hurt. It's been disappointing. Mets, of course, I hate the Mets. Y'all paid all that money for what? It's nothing. We're not. See, y'all 14 games behind us. But when the Yankees are, Judge is out there and he's performing well, it does look. It makes baseball a little bit better. I will say that. But yeah, no, this year it's been great first half.
What you think about Del Cruz?
Oh, he's special, bro. He's special. This Yeah, he has all the he has every chance to be, that guy, a 5 tool guy. I saw he was like the first in his first 30 games to, what was it? I think it was, I can't even remember the stat, but ever since he got up there, he's been winning, man. You got, they winning percentage is like a 650, almost a 700 since he's been up.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And
The Braves, man. Best Braves team ever.
yeah,
Right here. I said it.
I think the Braves look good. I mean, of course, we see what Ronald Acuna is doing. You mentioned that last week, um, and I just think it's just more interesting. You got a lot of teams that's been down, or teams that you weren't used to watching play well or doing good. Next thing you know, they're up. Even with the Yankees, they're still in a wild card position. So it's not like they're not relevant. Mets aren't, but the Yankees are relevant.
Right.
But it's like it's just a good,
And
a good half of year.
I say that more so because I think teams under them are coming more so than the Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, just to name a few.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead. We're gonna take it to Rue's pitch, and Rue, we're gonna let you go ahead and give your pitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it real quick, man. My Bruce pitch. Of course, we stayed in baseball. It's the San Diego Padres, y'all. We going into that second half of the season, and one of the worst teams, or what I want to say, disappointing teams thus far has been San Diego Padres. They come to mind. St. Louis Cardinals come to mind, of teams who had those high expectations coming into the year. Right now, San Diego with their roster loaded. I'm talking about a loaded roster. They don't get more loaded than Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Manny Machado. You went out and spent $300 million on Xander Bogaerts in the offseason. But where's the offense? Because y'all have the best pitching in baseball, in the league. Y'all have the best in the National League, I might say. Y'all have the best pitching in the National League when it comes to ERA, earn run average. Y'all have the best. The strikeouts are there. Blake Snell, Hugh Darvish, Joe Musgrove. So, but it's the offense. And y'all sitting fourth right now. You're 8.5 games behind. But my pitch to everybody out there in America, the Padres are coming. They are going to wake up in the second half because when the pitching's there, the hitting will catch up. In baseball, that's how it always is. So I don't see those guys, going their bats being cold for too much longer. I do. I am a little worried about the relationship between Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis. You would think that's a big brother, little brother relationship. I don't think it is. Now the Padres do have some decisions to make on Juan Soto coming up. What do they want to do with him? I don't know if he's going to be around there much longer. But this season, we only worried about this season. Hopefully Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis got on the phone this break because none of them were all-stars this year. None of the Padres was all-stars this year. Who would have known that coming into the season? But my pitch to y'all is that the Padres will turn up this second half. They will make the playoffs. They will beat the Dodgers again in October. And they probably will be right there back in the NLCS going against my Atlanta Braves and getting whooped on. Probably in 5. But Padres coming, y'all. That's my West Coast team.
Yeah, we'll see. They need to be. Cortland said, I agree with this pitch, but that Yankees take was as bad as Kevin.
The Yankees won't make the playoffs. That's not a terrible pitch. I mean, that's not a terrible take there, Cortland.
Oh, Ab says Padres about to be selling.
Time will tell with that, Ab. If they will be huge sellers in next mid, before the deadline. If they don't come out next week and the week after and start, they 8.5 games back from first right now, Mr. Controversy. If they go back about 12, yeah, they selling. They answering calls on Soto. And maybe Machado. Because Tatis, that's his team.
Yeah, it is. It is. Even though he's mad. So as if it's one more team, you mentioned San Diego. We'll end it like this. What other team do you see making a run that people aren't looking for?
The Cleveland Guardians. That's in that. That's in that division right there. Sleepy Central, baby, the Sleepy Central. But that's one team that usually wakes up in the second half. They do this all the time. They start slow in that first half, but second half they go. I think last year they was 51-29 to end to end the second half going into the postseason. So that's one team I think you could pretty much keep your eye on. Those are all, they have pitchers too. Their bullpen is one of the best. My favorite bullpens in baseball. When they turn the game over, if it's the seventh inning and the Cleveland Guardians are winning by a run, you good. You could pretty much go to sleep. They're gonna win the game. So that's one team I could see kind of turning it around. They had a shaky first half. The Guardians. Yeah, Rangers been on a run all year, Corey. So I ain't even gonna say Rangers. Brewers, you could fit in there. That's the sleepiest team in baseball, though, man.
The Brewers.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, can't wait, man. It's about to be an interesting second half of the MLB season. It's going to get interesting with trades and so on. Where would Shohei go and all of that? I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about that next week and so on. So we didn't do the stop it segment, and I'm gonna go with my stop it first. I know we talked about it. I didn't want to put this in the quick hits, but my stop it is the fact that the lawyers are saying that John Morant is using the stand my ground law in Tennessee because he got hit in the face with a basketball, in the chin with a basketball. Come on, man. This is a teenager. Golly. He threw the ball and hit him, okay, because he didn't block it or he missed it. I don't give him no right for this grown man to punch him in the face. Mm-mm. Stop it. Come on, y'all. Come on, Ja. Come on. I mean, I know you got to protect your millions and all of that. I get it, but come on, bro. Judge, you got to give him a stop it on that, please. I really got to come out with the stop it button. We got to come out with that fast, and because that judge need to press that button in the courtroom, man. I can't believe that. What's your stop it, man?
So my stop it, I sent you the picture. I sent it too late, but it goes out to Devin Booker, man. It goes out to Devin Booker. For everybody out there, I need y'all to look up the new D Book ones. Stop it to everybody at Nike, to Devin Booker. What is that, bro? Like D Book, I know, like if anybody out there knows D Book in his fashion, it's a very laid back Cali swag, almost on some cholo Mexican Hispanic type, California West Coast Riders, real West Coast Riders flavor. Like that's how he dresses. Them look like some Nike Cortezes, bro. Like, bro, like they look like some Nike. If Nike Cortez came out had a basketball shoe.
I wonder how it looks in person, but yeah, it doesn't look.
Man, like it's So I got to give a big stop it, and I've been waiting on D Book to drop his signature shoe for a long time now, and it looks like he sort of tried to jack Kyrie a little bit. Like I don't know, it looked like a Nike Cortez Kyrie hybrid, Nike Blazer all in one.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah, he definitely needs to stop it, man. And then just to end the show, what's on my mind? I mean, there's not that much going on in sports right now. But I will say, well, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Oh no.
I was gonna say I don't believe in the hype that Vic has, Wembanyama has, or Wemby. We're gonna call him Wemby. I didn't believe in the hype. And when I mean hype, I'm not talking about just the regular hype. I'm talking about how they were hyping him. They were hyping him more than LeBron, calling him the best prospect ever. Stop it. But I see why people are saying that he's going to be good, but again, I think he's going to be good. But what I like the most about him, man, is, and maybe because he's been playing with grown men, and or has he? I guess he has overseas, but the fact that the way he talks, and the way he looks at things, I mean, and he's very mature for his age, and especially coming to basketball, and he's talking about, I want Pop to yell at me. I want to learn from Pop. This is what I want to do. Hopefully I can learn. You see, when he cracked me up when he said, "Yo, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but I look to learn. This is the whole purpose of me getting better, and he's not forcing anything. He's not. He just seems like he's more mature. He's more mature than most rookies come out of basketball, especially with this amount of height. You know what I'm saying? It goes to your head. Even when LeBron came, LeBron wasn't mature like this. Now his game was mature. LeBron's game was, oh my God, as a rookie, it didn't make no sense. But I'm saying he was, and not saying he was immature. I'm just saying, looking at Wemby though, it just, to hear him talk and how he conduct himself, even in the interviews, this dude has been prepped right, or trained right, or brought up right. It's good to see. It's good to see in basketball. So that's what's on my mind. So look, man, we definitely appreciate everyone, man. We Booker got a shoe. Who's that? Why? What you mean? Why? What are you talking about, Ab? This guy that scored 70. I mean, this guy's good, man. You don't think you deserve a shoe?
He was the last one, really. He was the last one on that list. I've been like, he's next for years.
Gold Cup America could be in the finals. Yeah. Now, Ab, I'm not saying this, man. I'm just saying, I'm not saying he deserved the best shoe, but God, he deserved a shoe.
Ja got a shoe, Ab. What's Ja done to deserve a shoe? You can almost say that. You can say Booker's done. Booker has done more than Ja.
Yeah, I mean,
appeal.
Well,
about market appeal.
Ja won't get here though. But
just the market. Yeah.
He doesn't have a marketing appeal. And
he does. He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what he said. Booker's boring. That's why I like that, huh? But,
exactly. Right.
I agree with that. Yeah.
That's why Joker doesn't have a shoe.
Right. He will soon. But either or, man, I definitely appreciate everyone for listening and watching, man. And I want to thank my co-host Ruth for always being available. Appreciate you, man, for coming on. Anything you want to say?
Oh man, it's always a good pleasure doing this show. It's always cool, man. Nothing really I want to say, man. Ready for some baseball pop off on Friday. This is an interesting week for the sports lovers out there.
Yep, show is. And I said show is right. But
I hope y'all watching all y'all shows. Y'all got y'all, dipping and dabbing into something. So
yeah. Also, I want to thank Dr. Fowler for coming on. As usual, coming on. His family, appreciate him. Also, I want to thank all of the. I want to thank all the listeners and people who watched, people who listen as a podcast, go back and listen to it and watching it. I appreciate you. Most of all, I want to thank Ab, Stanley. I want to thank Cortland Griffin. I want to thank my guy, Brandon. Appreciate you, Brandon. Vincent, the Fantasy Guru. We thank TJ Bentley. We thank Alan for coming on. And whoever else listen and watch, we definitely appreciate comments and support. Also, I want to thank lovely wife. I want to thank beautiful children. I want to thank my nieces, nephew, cousins, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, grandparents. Like my grandma, my play cousins. Hey, love on family. while they're still alive. Let family know that you love them while they're still here, while they can still smell it and feel it. Eat good, drink responsibly, have a safe weekend, watch some sports. Or this time right now, you got WNBA, but right now you can, binge watch something, while you got a chance to chill, whatever. But until then, next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. When you miss me, we're out. Peace. Shout out to them White Sox. You see, we represent them White Sox right here. Shout out to them.
Out to the Braves.
I gotta wear Braves hat.